Yo! What's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One. And with the Seattle Seahawks beating the Rams last night, man, it brought up some competition. With those guys kind of playing each other's at the right time, it still makes a really good chance that we can get a #1 spot. Now, I mean, it's got to go all the shit for every team, but there's still a good chance that we can be in that #1 spot. You know what I'm saying? Slim chance, but it's a really good chance. We're gonna talk about the injuries and stuff. Landon Dickerson was not on the practice field due to rest and the calf. Fred Johnson was on the practice field with the ankle. We know Lane Johnson, Jalen Carter won't be on there. Cam Latu is ruled as questionable. Hopefully he can play. I feel like he's big on our plans, especially when we're running the ball. We got Jordan Davis, man. Jordan Davis is making some noise, and he's getting the bulk of the double teams, and he's still making some noise. So we're gonna talk about that. We got a little video about him and his new he's pretty much taking a leadership role, and everybody's starting to notice. So we're gonna watch a little video on that. Dick Vermeil believes we get better. We play the Commanders, we do some different stuff, and we get better. And we're gonna watch the video on that. I'll weigh in on my thoughts after. We're gonna get Greg Cosell's predictions. Most times I look at Greg Cosell's prediction, and he be on. Maybe not the numbers, but he be on. You know, he pretty much get it right on who we win, when we lose, and all that stuff. He pretty much gets it right. So we're gonna get into all that, man. So let's get it. Say I done fell many times, but I got back up. I've been drugged through the mud, like it ain't been enough. I'm still going, 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 still going. And I done felt so much pain, but I wanna give up. But I can't stop now, cause I've been through too much. I'm still going, 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 still going. Big time name that I don't think that a lot of people might have heard about, but I normally do, when I do my content, I normally do it on the Philadelphia Eagles most times. But this might impact the game in which Marcus Mariota is playing in as the starter, because they chose to, shut down Jaden Daniels. So Marcus Mariota is going to be the starter, and his starting left tackle won't play. Laramie Tunsil is not going to play. He's been ruled out. And for a defensive line who's been eating lately, it bodes well for us. Because these edges, they're finding their footing. Nolan Smith is bringing more pressures. You got Jalix Hunt, who's getting to the quarterback. Then they put Brandon Graham on the inside and let him destroy guards. So, this is a good game, a good safe game for us to try some new stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think that we will try some new stuff and just get better. It's like a practice. It's like a full game practice. Let's get into Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis has been balling out of control. I've been saying it, and I said it in the beginning of the season. I felt like he was going to be really, really good. And him cutting the weight and kind of just showing, yeah, he's going to be good. Him cutting that weight was big. You know what I'm saying? He's out here for our team. Jordan Davis leads all D tackles despite double teams. That means with the double teams. And 71.5% of all snaps, he leads all D tackles. That's Merle Dromo. That's who else? Byron Young, the Vanilla Gorilla. Who else is now? I think that's it. But he lead them all. He lead them all in every category with the double teams, because they double teaming him. So let's watch the video, man. He's just been really, really good. Watch the video.
What I found interesting since BG's gotten back is that Jordan Davis is kind of taking the reins a little bit from Brandon Graham as a sort of the part of the leadership nucleus, but like a positive presence in that leadership nucleus, somebody who is an energy giver. People have described him before. So I talked to him about it. And one thing I found really interesting is that he said that like the life change that he underwent this offseason, the fact that he finally got in shape, finally got to a place where he could be consistent down in and down out, that's really coincided with him being more comfortable as a leadership figure in the Eagles, on what is a young defense. And the thing I found most interesting, he said, I said this year, I don't want to get fined for anything. For those who don't know, like players will get fined for being out of a certain weight range. I think it's usually a 5 or a 10 pound range that you have to weigh in every day. And he said, I don't want to be late. I don't want to be overweight. I don't want anything. My rookie year, I was getting fined for being overweight, and I didn't want to do that anymore. Changing my life and making those necessary changes, everything fell into place.
Yeah, it looks like it. Even if I know if you hadn't seen my video where he was in there and like it was nothing but D tackles in the room, and he was sitting up front, and then the coach was like, I need you too. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm game. I'm ready. You need to talk to them because I'm ready. I don't need no motivation. And that right there got my blood pumped. That's got my blood pumped up, boy. But Jordan Davis has been he's been outspoken about it, but he's been leading more with his play. Let's go to Dick Vermeil. Dick Vermeil believes the offense gets better, and we just kind of take the next step as far as our offense is concerned. And then he weighs in on the Raiders win. So let's see what he said.
What are the chances the offense can rise up and surprise people, Coach?
Well, first off, we all know the defense is the better half of the football team right now, but that doesn't mean the offense won't continue to improve. I think, and I can't prove this, but a game like last week when you really play well offensively and every player on the team gets to see the plays that they call executed well and finished properly and see the full execution of the play, where against a stronger defense, many times the play is nullified before it even gets started. So the player never visualizes. You come out of the game like last week, they saw a lot of their offense executed beautifully because the defense was not very good. But I think sometimes there's a carryover to next week because they visualize that. They see it, and they expect it the next week to plays to finish as positively as they did last week. I think it's a good picture. And I do believe we have room for improvement. I think the offensive line is continue to get healthier and will improve. And I think the right tackle that we talk about all the time, Johnson, who's playing as a backup, and I haven't studied him like I would as a coach, but I think he's played pretty well. He's played pretty well. So I expect the offense to get better. But the one thing you got to realize, guys, the schedule was much tougher, especially from a defensive standpoint against opponents. God, that makes, the Raiders compared to the Chargers, defense, night and day. And when you play more defenses that aren't ranked in the top 10, you're not going to be as good on offense. That's all. No matter what kind of an offensive coordinator you have, it's tough. Yeah. So I respect what they've been doing, and I think they're going to continue to get better.
Get it. Raiders are not a top team. We did what we were supposed to do. Like Cam Newton said, we did what we were supposed to do. So nobody's really impressed with it. But I am impressed with the way we did. We executed like we're supposed to execute. We've been playing to our opponents, especially on offense. We've been playing to our opponents' level. And this is a time where we play to our level instead of our opponent's level. I think it's a big step forward. You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't care what nobody say, man. That was a big win. Let's go to Greg Cosell's predictions, man. You guys got my predictions last video. And let's go to Greg Cosell's predictions.
Are the Eagles playing great football now? No. But I think they're kind of working their way back to, because they're a good team. I mean, they've got good players, I'm going to pick the Eagles to win 27-10. But I still feel like there's an explosive game here somewhere for Saquon Barkley. So I'm going to pick him.
I'm going to go 27-10. I'm just going to go with the score that was in my mind. And I'm going to go with 88 Goddard, who's a beast right now. He's got 9 touchdowns. When they throw it, and Hurts has shown more of a willingness to throw the ball inside the numbers. He doesn't do a lot, but he's shown more of a willingness to do it. He does trust Goddard, and that's a big thing for a quarterback.
Eagles Commanders in Washington never follows the script. So I'm a little reluctant. I'm picking the Eagles to win 26-20. I say it every year and I wind up being right every year. This game does not follow the normal script. So I'm giving the Eagles a win. One thing I think will follow script is that Devontae Smith always plays really well against the Commanders.
I think it's a relatively easy game. But most time Greg called him. He called him. That's a win tomorrow. 5 o'clock. Y'all clock in. Hey, look, I'm going to be live reaction. If y'all do want to come check me out, come watch the game with me. Just turn me on and listen to me and watch the game with me. I am going live on that day, 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So watch the game with your boy, man. That's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications on so you don't miss no video. And we out. Let's go Birds.